Hi everybody, Nathan here with Z-Man Tech Tips again, here with tool number 3, Google Drive. Why is Google Drive so high up on the list of tools? It's kind of a background tool that we don't use a whole lot, but as you'll see, there is a lot to it, and you can actually use this as a homepage. It's a great place to look at for um, or to store all of your work and sometimes your students' work, depending on how you do things. So if you go ahead and look at your Google Drive, now this is my personal Google Drive for Z-Man Tech Tips. If I were looking at the Google Drive for my school, it would be very similar, except it would be, as far as my upgraded storage, instead of having 15 gigabytes, it would be unlimited. So that's one of the great things that Google has done for most of the schools that they've partnered with, is made that storage unlimited. So what do we put in our drive? Well, short answer, everything. I put these videos in Drive, for instance. I put my quizzes. I put my lesson plans in Drive. All sorts of stuff. And it's great that we can share this information with other people. But it does bring up some questions and some tips, and so I want to share those with you. So from the basic Drive site, we can do a couple of things. We can search our Drive for key terms, things like that. We can go to New. This is where I go most often. And we can add a new file. We can upload a file. We can upload a folder from our computer. We can go to Google Docs and create a blank document or a template. We can do the same thing from Google Sheets, from Slides, which is, if you guys don't know, much like PowerPoint. We can do Google Forms, Google Drawing, My Maps, Google Sites we can store on here, and we can connect more apps. So this is just a good place to store things. So this being a good place to store things, it's a great to back up your hard drive at work, all that good stuff. Now, this is stored on a Google server somewhere, so there is a 1 in a million chance that that server is hacked or taken out by a meteorite or something, and that you would lose that. So you want to back up in a couple of different places if you can. I have never actually heard of people losing information on Google Drive except for one exception, and I'm going to share that with you now. So let's say we've got AP Econ, and this is my Google Doc of my lesson plans. So it's going to take it a second here to boot up because I haven't opened first week in a while, obviously. But here is the information in here. So we look at the information. We can edit the information, as can anybody who is shared with us can edit this information. Therein lies the problem as far as that goes. So if somebody else comes in and says, I don't like this formatting, and I'm just going to highlight everything and hit delete. All right. And you don't get in there fast enough to come in and undo it. Well, that can be a huge problem. The place where it becomes the worst problem is when you are sharing this with a group of people or a appraiser or a assistant principal, and you say, okay, well, I've done all this work, and then they go into Google Docs and it's not there, and you didn't do all that work. That can be one of the most frustrating things that happens with this. So to get around that, let's say that we have some stuff shared with us. So I have some pictures from Cancun that were shared with me. So me and Sabrina can both go in and edit the picture of us petting the dolphin. So, actually, that's not a great example. Let's go ahead and look at this game show setup here. So this is Game Show Teams. It's done on Google Sheets. It's just a quick Google Doc that we can show how we can save. So File, we can share this with people. We can give people the link, and anybody with the link can edit it. We can add people by their email address, all that good stuff. So then what we can do, this is how I save, is I make a copy. So let's say I go in and edit a couple of things, and then I want to make a copy. Make a copy of whatever it says, and it's going to go into my drive. Now, I do not want to share it with the same people. I want my copy to be pristine and the way that I left it. So I have recourse and a timestamp, and I can say, okay, on this time and date, I made a copy of it, and here's what it said on that day. So I hope that helps with the one major frustration that has been shared with me on people with Google Drive. And it will show your most recent stuff up here, your files, your folders. So all of this is good information as far as that goes. So that's it for Google Drive. I will be back with tech tip number 4, Google Classroom, sometime in the future. Thank you and have a great day.